Hey everyone, Eclipse here, and once again I have with me my mom.
Hello again.
The last time my mom was here, we had her guessing characters from My Hero Academia, and today we're going to be looking at the same characters, but this time I'm going to be the one doing the talking and explaining to Mom who they actually are within the story. So, with that out of the way, let's get started.
Here we go.
You actually recognize this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is Deku. That's his hero name. His real name is Izuku Midoriya. And like you said, he was quirkless, but he now has this power called One for All, which has been passed down for the purpose of fighting this big villain. Then you also knew All Might. He was the previous One for All holder, and he's basically Deku's mentor / father figure.
Mm-hmm.
And he passed One for All onto him and has been training him and helping him learn how to use it.
Mm-hmm. Why did he choose him, if in a sentence or two?
Because he could see that he had a heroic spirit. Basically, this villain had caught another student, and none of the heroes had a quirk that they could use to fight the villain. None of the heroes that were nearby. And Deku ran out to try and help him.
Mm, that's heroic right there.
And he was 14 years old and a literal twig at the time, so.
Mm-hmm.
Then this, you called him Grunge Dude.
Uh-huh.
This is also All Might.
Oh. Why does he look less muscular? Very much less.
Because you remember how I mentioned One for All has been passed down for the purpose of fighting this big bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
He fought that bad guy a few years before the start of the series and beat him, but was injured so badly that now he can only use One for All and maintain that muscular form for a few hours every day, and it becomes less and less over the course of the series.
Oh.
So this is what he looks like when he doesn't have One for All active ever since that fight.
Okay.
Then you called him Sad Boy, and
he is Sad Boy.
you said that his power was icing people over with his minty breath. This is actually... He is very, very high on my list of favorite characters. This is Shoto Todoroki.
Okay.
And he's, in terms of personality, he is a little like Prince Zuko. He's a lot like Prince Zuko, actually, like in terms of backstory. And on his left eye there, like you said, it looked like hair dye leaking out almost, is a scar from his mother went crazy and poured boiling water on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But it was his dad's fault. We don't like his dad.
Okay.
Yeah. His dad is actually the number 2 hero, so All Might's the number 1, and Endeavor, his dad, is the number 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And his power is on his left side, he has fire.
Red,
and
okay.
On his right side, he has ice.
Okay, minty breath. There
Yeah.
you go. I was partially right.
The fire is from his father, and the ice is from his mother. He is actually very close friends with Deku.
Mm-hmm.
Deku is listed as his best friend on the wiki. And he actually refused to use his fire because he saw it as his father's power until Deku convinced him it was his own power. They're very good friends.
Do a lot of other heroes or villains have this very split mother-father thing going on, or do they have their own separate?
I could write a book on Todoroki family drama.
Okay. I'll wait for the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you called her Enthusiastic Girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ochako Uraka. Her hero name is Uravity, and she is also very good friends with Deku.
Mm-hmm.
And her superpower is she has pads on the tips of her fingers that if she touches something with all 5 of them, it floats.
Oh.
Her power is called Zero Gravity. And you got her personality pretty close. She is very enthusiastic, very gung-ho, and very fierce, actually. Like, when we first meet her, she's sort of like your typical bubbly anime girl, but as we get to know her, she is really fierce. She has this core of steel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And there's a character later on, Bakugo. She fought him she kept going to the point where she pushed herself until she couldn't walk anymore. she's incredibly tough, and I love her. And she is, like, Deku's BFF.
Okay, fun.
You called him Mr. Squishy, I believe.
Right, he's a squishy head guy.
Tamara Shigaraki, and he is the leader of the League of Villains.
Okay, so he is a villain. Yeah. I scored there.
His quirk is if he touches something with all 5 fingers, similar to Uraka, only for him, instead of floating, it disintegrates.
Ooh.
Yeah. A lot of people in the fandom call him Bad Touch Man.
I can see why. So is that a hand on his head and in his face? Like what?
Yeah, and those are all hands on his arms too.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact, Horikoshi, the author, has actually stated he really likes drawing hands, but because of how expressive they are, but he hates drawing unexpressive hands. And just, like, sat in a corner and cried after drawing Tamara so much because he's got all of these unexpressive hands. Then you called him Goth Dude. This is Dobby. He is a member of...
I've heard you say that name before.
He's a member of the League of Villains.
Okay.
And his quirk is blue fire.
Oh.
And there's a theory that I'm pretty sure Horikoshi is just yanking our chains about not confirming that he is Todoroki's older brother.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You were not far off on his personality. He is pretty goth. Then this is Humiko Toga, and she is another member of the League of Villains.
Oh, I was right on that. Yes.
You did very good. And her quirk is called Transform, where if she drinks someone's blood, she can transform into them.
Ew. Okay, yeah. Vampire-ish. Okay.
And she actually has, like, a really big crush on Deku, and one on her Uraka, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does she want to drink their blood?
Yeah. Okay. That's basically what crushes come down to for her.
Okay. I'll stay away from her.
Yeah, she's psycho, but she's fun to watch. This, you called him Solemn. This is Aizawa. His hero name is Eraserhead. And yeah, one of his friends suggested it in high school and it just stuck. And he is Deku and his friend's homeroom teacher.
Oh.
And his superpower is if he looks at someone, like locks his gaze onto them, he can temporarily erase their quirk. It lasts until he blinks.
Oh. And
you see that scarf thing he's wearing? What he can do with that is he can actually, like, control that and use it to, like, tangle up villains and stuff. He's what's called an underground hero. So he's not as flashy as All Might. He, like, works in the shadows, like sneaking up on heroes and bringing them down. And he's, like, really good at fighting, too.
Heroes or villains?
Villains. Okay. That is what I meant to say. Thank you. He's really good at fighting, too. And he acts like he doesn't care, but he cares a lot about his students. Like, he has that look of, like, I don't care about anything. He has a scar under one of his eyes that he got because he jumped into a horde of villains to try and protect them. Yeah, this picture doesn't show the scar, but...
Yeah, he's cool then.
Yeah. People tend to call him Tired Father. Then this...
Oh, it's All Might's nephew.
Bit of Sprite. He is the friend that suggested Eraserhead's hero name, actually. His hero name is Present Mike.
Okay.
He actually has a radio show. And, like, in the anime, when a new character is introduced, and, like, we need to find out their quirk and stuff, the voiceover explaining their quirk is his voice. Except, like, one time it was on him, and it was Aizawa's voice.
Oh.
His quirk is, you see he's got his little speaker thing here?
Oh, yeah.
He yells really, really loud.
Oh. And that amplifies it even more?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
And he is actually their English teacher. Like, he teaches them the English language.
So he's good, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's George. His name is Hitoshi Shinzo. And you were actually really close when you said that he has, like, the power of suggestion. Because his actual quirk is, if he can get someone to respond to him verbally, he can control them.
Oh.
He has, like, a mind control quirk. So you were actually really close with that one.
Yeah. Interesting. So, but did I say he was a hero or a villain?
I don't remember, but he is a hero. Or he's trying to get into the hero course. Then you called her Punky. You've actually heard me complaining about her hero costume before.
Yeah.
This is Momo Yaoyorozu. And her quirk is that she can create things using the lipids in her body. And, like, she's actually the class vice president. And she's, like, really smart. She's really sweet. I like her a lot. And you're right about her being pretty serious, actually. Because she takes her studies very seriously. Then, Jenny. Her name is Kyoka Jiro, and her quirk is called Earphone Jack. She can, like, jack into walls and stuff with these and, like, hear things that are, like, really hard to hear. And she actually has speakers on her gloves and her boots that if she jacks into her gloves and boots, she can amplify her heartbeat and attack with it.
How do you attack with a heartbeat?
Like, the sound waves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's kind of cool.
She's really cool to see in action. And she has a beautiful singing voice. Remember that big villain I mentioned in One for All being created to fight?
Right. It's this guy?
It's him. His name is All for One. And
One for All.
Yeah. And that's actually his quirk, too. All for One. He can steal people's quirks and give quirks that he has stolen to other people. And he actually inadvertently created One for All when he forced a quirk that stockpiles strength onto his younger brother, who was thought to be quirkless, but it turned out he actually had an invisible quirk that gave him the ability to pass on his quirk. So those two combined and formed a quirk that could be passed on and stockpiled power. One for All.
Okay.
He's the big bad. He's the brains behind Shigaraki, basically. He's terrifying. Then this, like you said he was a villain, he is actually a hero.
Oh, okay.
This is Bakugo, and
Heard you say that name.
he has known Deku since they were little kids. He's actually the one who first called him Deku, because in Japanese, Izuku can also be read as Deku, which actually means useless. But then Deku reclaimed it after Uraka pointed out that it sounds like Dekiru, which means you can do it. Yeah. His quirk is his palms sweat nitroglycerin, which he can then ignite. So he basically shoots explosions from his palms.
Alrighty. So it is a grenade, basically.
Yeah. He's very loud and angry, too. He's Deku's rival character. He's the rival. Like, you know how anime will have, like, the main hero and then the rival? He's the rival.
Okay, but he's also good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, the rivals and main character,
Right.
rivals, and enemy. He's the rival. This is Deku's mom.
Okay.
Her name is Inko Midoriya, and her quirk is she can pull small objects toward her. She's very nervous, and she cares a lot about him, and is very sweet, and honestly, she needs a break. She's been through a lot with everything that Deku has been doing since he got into UA, so someone needs to give her a break and get this child to stop breaking all his bones. Then this is Twice, and he is a member of the League of Villains. His quirk is actually that he can duplicate things. And in his little wrist thingies are measuring tapes, because he needs to know the exact dimensions of something before he can duplicate it. And he sort of has, like, a split personality. Like, you know how Dad says, like, I'm consistent in my inconsistency? That's him.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very silly. He sort of has, like, almost a Deadpool vibe at times, but, like, less R-rated, you know?
Okay.
So that's Twice.
Twice. Okay.
Then Snowboard Guy. This is Hawks. And he is the number 3 hero behind Endeavor.
Okay.
And
So it goes All Might, Endeavor, Hawks.
yeah. And like you guessed, his quirk is his wings. But he can also detach the feathers and control them with his mind.
Ooh.
And he can use some of the longer feathers as swords. And he's really, really fast. he sort of has like a chill, laid back personality. There's actually a kid in class 1A who has a bird head as part of his quirk, and Hawks chose him as an intern solely for the reason that together they make one whole bird, and he wanted to fly with him. Hawks is a really interesting character, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. Then Ego Boy.
Yes,
this
clearly.
is the number 4 hero.
Oh.
Best jeanist.
As in jeans?
As in blue jeans, yes.
Okay.
His quirk is he can control fibers.
Okay.
Like, in Vigilantes, the spin-off manga, we actually see him controlling steel fibers at one point. And he is very much about, like, your image needs to reflect heroism as a hero. Like, you need to be able to keep the public calm as you're protecting them. He chose Bakugo as an intern once, and tried to calm him down a bit.
Did it work?
Not really. But he's pretty cool. Then this is Kirishima, and he is Bakugo's best friend. And he's actually friends with pretty much everyone in Class 1A. He's very cheerful, and, like...
He doesn't look cheerful there.
Yeah, that's because he's, like, intense and ready to fight right there. He's very cheerful and friendly, and he talks a lot about manliness, like, that's manly, but, like, without it being toxic masculinity, which I think is pretty cool. And for him, it's basically about being honorable and living your best life.
Mm.
And his quirk is that he can harden his body and make it like a rock.
Oh, that could be handy.
Yeah. Like, his hero name is Red Riot, and he has this form called Red Riot Unbreakable, where he, like, goes really, really hard and, like, can smash through stuff, and it's really cool.
All right, yeah. So I think I said he was a villain, so...
Yeah.
What's up with the face thing?
It's just part of his hero costume. It's like
Okay.
a little mask thing. Fun fact, he actually dyes his hair red and spikes it up.
Oh, okay.
It's naturally black. Then, he said this was Cool Dude.
Mm-hmm.
This is Caminari, and he's basically a human Pikachu.
Oh.
Like, with the lightning and electricity.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, because he's got lightning on his jacket. I should have... And his pants.
Yeah. He's also friends with Kirishima and Bakugo. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Like, he got really low on I think he was either 19th or 20th in their class on the midterms, and there's 20 people in their class.
Mm.
He's not, like, very book smart, but he's enthusiastic and he's friendly, and he's also pretty flirty. And he gets along with most everyone in Class 1A.
All right.
But if he uses his electricity too much, he sort of goes dumb and is like, yay!
Mm.
Like, when I'm editing the video, I'll put in a picture of his dumb mode.
Mm-hmm.
You called him Calvin?
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
This is Tenyaeda. He is also Uraka and Deku's best friend. He, like, completes their trio.
Mm.
And his quirk is actually that he has engines in his calves.
Okay.
So he can run really, really fast. And he's their class president. He's very serious. He's very by the book. But he also once went on a revenge quest against a villain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that the calves were a thing. So I bet he could jump well, too.
Yeah, he does, like, really powerful kicks, too.
So do those little things direct him, like I was saying? Like those little...
I think the exhaust pipes on his costume are just aesthetic, because he has exhaust pipes, like, in his legs.
Oh, okay.
Then this is Aerie, and you noted that she's drawn differently. It's actually because she's 6 years old.
Okay. Mm.
And she was actually held captive by a villain for a very long time.
Oh, that's sad.
Because he wanted to use her blood to make quirk erasing bullets. Because her quirk is that she can rewind time on living things. Aizawa has basically adopted her. Like, he braids her hair, and he like, takes care of her and stuff. She's very cute and shy, and she's just learning how to be a little kid, basically.
Yeah.
She's, like...
complicated story.
Class 1A's collective little sister. This is Miriam Tagata. His hero name is Lemillion, and he is one of the upperclassmen at the hero school, UA.
Alright.
His little 1 million on his chest is because he wants to be the hero that saves 1 million people. And his quirk is that he can pass through things. It's called permeation, where he can turn himself intangible, basically. Like, the first time we see him, like, the first time he interacts with Deku, Deku is taking the trash out from the dorms, and he just sticks his face out through the wall. It scares the living daylights out of him. It's hilarious. But he's their upperclassman, and he's really cool and funny.
But he's not All Might's younger brother.
No, he's not.
Okay. Oh well.
Although, All Might's former sidekick, Sir Night-Eye, did think that he should be the one to get One for All instead of Deku. And, like, that's a whole conflict for a little while.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
There's a little sore spot there.
But, like, he doesn't know anything about it. Then, finally, Penelope.
Oh, what did I call her?
Penelope.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, did I say Penelope? Okay.
Her name is Mei Hatsume.
Okay.
And she's actually not a hero student. She is a support course student. And, which basically means that she builds items for the hero students. Like
MacGyver.
Yeah. That they can use. Like, she does a lot of the upgrades for Class 1A. Like, she built this thing for Caminari that helps him direct his lightning. She made these steel-toed shoes for Deku, and that because he decided to start using a more kicking-based fighting style instead of punching. But, yeah, she's a little bit crazy. Like
mad scientist kind
of?
Yeah.
She's very enthusiastic about her babies, as she calls them. Like, during the sports festival, she has a match against Ida, and basically uses it to show off her inventions for, like, 10 minutes.
Does she have her own quirk?
Yes, she does. See the crosshairs in her eyes?
Yeah.
She can zoom in her vision.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. She basically, at the sports festival, like, showed off all her stuff for 10 minutes, and then willingly forfeited the match.
Oh.
Yeah. And Ito was so mad. He was like, "You used me for product placement!" But, yeah, I actually have a shirt with her on it. I was wearing it earlier today.
Oh, that's fun.
She is one of my favorite characters. I love her. So...
she looks fun.
Yeah. So that is the end of that. And thank you again, Mom, for doing this with me. I had so much fun.
Thanks, Eclipse. I've learned a lot, although now I can't remember half their names because now I'll mix them. But if I watch the show, maybe I'll see Goth Guy and Snowboarder Guy and see... But thanks for enlightening me and informing me about all these interesting characters.
I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm glad that you did too. And thank you all for watching this video. I will try and be a little more regular about getting content up on my channel, but no promises because y'all are used to me by now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Eclipse out!
Bye!